Good morning, guys, and from Ipswich in Australia. Now, this is not the Ipswich in UK, it is a small town in Australia. So we are on the western side of this town. It's not a very big town, it's around 230,000 inhabitants. It was established in 1827 as a mining town, mining settlement. You may expect a lot of colonial buildings and some history here. It's a pretty old town in Australia circumstances. So let's go and walk into town from the west side all the way to the city centre and film some of the best sights in here. So join me. So this is Brisbane Street, which is pretty much the main street leading all the way to the city centre, and then we are going to walk. If I find a coffee on the way, we'll sit down for a coffee as well. Since it's early in the morning, it's only just about 8:30 in the morning, so it's not very late. I started early here so I can do a whole day tour of the city. So now we're getting closer to the centre, and that's where it starts. All the restaurants, shops and coffee shops. I'm sure we will find some nice coffee here. See, that used to be an old pub. I'm not sure what is it near. It is a hotel. See, on top there's the year 1906. So it's pretty old. I think there's still a pub and a hotel. Awesome. Car dealerships, and there is another pub, barber shop, but the task now is to find coffee. I have lots of churches. See, there's a Chinese restaurant. So all these buildings, 1894, 1901, the other one. I think we found a coffee shop. The Dancing Bean. I think I might have a look at that. It's hidden up here. What's this? Oh wow, it's hidden in the alley. Who can find a coffee shop here? Ah, it's cool. Well, it was a really nice coffee, and they not only just a hidden coffee shop, it's hidden down in his little alley, but they also a coffee roaster place, which means they're supplying other coffee shops as well. I actually seen that Dancing Bean signs on other shops, so it was good. So now let's continue and walk all the way down on Brisbane Street and see what else we can find. So this is another one. It is actually a nice mix of the old and the new. And it is a bit quiet now because it's like I said, it's early in the morning. I'm sure later on the day it will get busy. And also another thing to know about Ipswich is the climate. We'll say that Brisbane has a very hot day, let's say about 35 degrees. In here it will be 40. At winter, if Brisbane has a cold night, it will be about 4 or 5 degrees cooler here. So it's somehow, even if so it's not that far, it is just like that. Look at this. It's another colonial building, established 1881. Beautiful. I actually used to live in this city many years ago for about a year or so, a year and a half, and it's good to be back. There's a lot of changes, a lot of improvement, like everywhere else in Australia or around the world. I can see a lot of familiar buildings, but also there are some new ones. That used to be a shopping mall, and then it didn't work out. The one thing you may notice in here, that there are many churches and parks. It is tend to be a green city. Let's go up there and have a look at that other church as well. Now, of course, these buildings, these churches are not, like from the 14th century or the 15th century, something like what you found in Europe. However, it is still, a couple of 100 years old, so it's worth to have a look. Some of the shops, like that one there, the car parts shops, like for the cars, they've been around for many years. Sometimes some of them like 30-40 years. Another church there, and then look at that, with the Australian flag flying high. And it's just another street. It's two of the main roads in the city centre. So talking about the weather, in here now is already 31 degrees, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and it is humid. I think we had one of the hottest summer for a long time. See, there is a classic example of mixing the old with the new. That corner building there is from 1925, and then behind that is a modern office building. That's the other side of that church. A little bit of relaxation area, a little bit of greens, shade, and a good looking Indian restaurant. So there is the old post office. Of course it does not serve as post office anymore. It's been some other businesses there, if they even open, but the building is remain well maintained. So now we are approaching that walking street. Also quite a few shops here, but not everything is open. Looks like Australia Post moved here out of that big historical building. As you can hear, there's a fair bit of construction going on once again. Like everywhere in Australia right now, there is a lot of construction going on. Let's see what's down there. But this used to be a shopping mall, and I think it is part of it, still is. It's just not many shops actually open. They all moved into the new shopping center, which is right across the river just ahead. So I don't think I'm going to film in the mall, but the mall is just the same as every other mall. And I just wanted to see this because this is completely new to me since I moved away from here. Well, it's actually made it quite nice. Coffee is coming, more coffee. Gosh. So they basically revamped the entire area by the look to make it more nice, more accessible. And that's the new council building. So let's see where is that bridge leads us. There's a lift as well, if you don't want to walk the stairs. But this is nice. So the bridge is that way. We might end up on another recreational area. I think the river is just down there. So I'm not sure if this is going over the river or it could be, and then we end up at the mall, the new big mall called the River Link, and there is the mighty Brisbane River. It may not look so mighty, but don't underestimate this river, as this is, when it floods, it floods. So as you see guys, there's already evidence there from the recent rains. So it's just come up all the way up there, but when it really floods, in that area was actually underwater up until there, the buildings. So it floods half of Ipswich when it really does, like in 2011 I believe it was the biggest flood. So at the moment it looks pretty low, but I can see that it was up like 3 or 4 meters higher than this. Yeah, as I predicted, we are ending up at the River Link shopping center. So which is cool, they built this bridge and they're connecting the two sides of the city. Some of the history on the wall. It used to be a coal mining town. There's the old railway line still there. Of course, it's not operational anymore. So there is the shopping center, but I don't feel like to go into a shopping center and filming. So we are going back to the town itself and see if there's any more interesting than this. The biggest church, right? biggest church in Ipswich.